Hello and welcome to Otepää, Estonia. Back in 2007, the site of the 10K Interval Start Classic for women, where the legendary Justyna Kowalczyk of Poland recorded her first of what would end up to be 50 career World Cup wins. So here we are getting to see there's some names from the past and from the somewhat recent past, with Marit Bjorgen on there, sitting in the second in the World Cup standings. Verpi Kutunen was leading at that time. His name is Rita-Lisa Ropinen. I think she's still racing in some capacity still. Lots of familiar names on there. Justyna Kowalczyk in 15th, her World Cup ranking at that point before she went on to get her win in this competition. Certainly was a threat in both techniques and all distances, but the Classic was definitely where Justyna made her name. And this course in Otepää is definitely a Classic specialist course. Big old climb coming out of the bottom up towards up and past the ski jump. And so what are we looking at here? Snow temp -6 or -7, air temp -6, easy waxing day. But there is some snow in the air. So, didn't deter the spectators from coming, although it looks like a few got cold feet. Hoods are up. I've only been there a couple times, and it was a damp cold, so I wonder if that's getting in there as the snow settles in on everybody's shoulders. There's the profile of the course. Wow. I don't think you had to worry about double pulling of the course back then, or even now, I would say. Big fast downhills and big nice long beautiful classic striding climbs back up. Fun to see how the arches have changed or stayed the same. Timing point markers there. Oh man, that guy's gonna get in trouble standing right in front of the sponsorship. Looks like someone told him to back up a little bit. Can see some techs or athletes out testing, getting the final test in on the kick. Maybe a potty break behind the tree there. Who knows, maybe somebody just got busted. Alright, I can tell already I'm going to have trouble with some of the names on this start list, so I apologize ahead of time. Early starters heading out there. Natalia Matveva, there's a name we've heard in the years to follow. Tatjana Manama, one of the great Estonian skiers, had an excellent career, just not just on World Cup, but also went into the longer distance stuff. Smutna as well, definitely one of the great long distance female skiers of all time. There's Therese Johaug, bib 22, early in her career. Astrid Jakobsen just retired this year at the end of the 2020 season, so a long career for her. She became a world champion in 2007, just after being a World Juniors. She won the sprint back in 2007. There's Justyna, bib 42 for the day. Claudia Kunzel-Nystad there in bib 40, just ahead of her, getting some. Justyna will be getting some splits off her for sure. There's Bjorgen, Marit Bjorgen, the greatest of all time, bib 45. Petra Majdic, Slovenia there, just after her. Kristina Schmiegen, and then Verpi Kutunen wrapping up the field with bib 50. There's a young Johaug running around, getting ready, maybe going for the timing chips. Ooh, spectators have arrived, they're ready. Lots of Estonian flags there in the crowd. There's a young one that's going to get inspired watching today's activity. Fun, look at the start arch there. Good thing it's not too windy, that Wiesmann sponsored thing. Hopefully it's staked down. Alright, I apologize again. I'm going to struggle with some of these names because I'm working off a results sheet. So Silja Suja of Estonia. Bib number 5 is who we just saw there. There's a Finnish flag mixed in just across. Short flight from Helsinki to Tallinn. All right, bib 1 ready to go. Katja Udris of Estonia. Depending on when, looks like, depending on when her birthday is, she's 21 years old. And if this is one of her first World Cup starts, starting the nations group for Estonia. She ends up the day 5 minutes and 8 seconds off the pace. Another Estonian heading out. Yannicka Kalev. Look at that. Back in the day when the starter used to hold your shoulder. Now there's a start clock close to the start one, and it's athlete's responsibility to know when they can go. They can go 3 seconds before their official start time. And the clock will turn green when the countdown gets to 3, and 2, 1, 0, and they're off. But looks like back in 07 they were still holding the shoulder, making sure nobody gets an early start. I wouldn't have said 2007 was that long ago, but it really is amazing to watch, see how the technique has changed over the last 15 years. Much lower double pole height, or lower hands with the double pole, not fully getting back up to a neutral standing position. Hips back underneath. Nice riding there from bib 4. Let's see. I'm going to go with Kali Serge. I apologize again on the name. I'm not sure how to say that one. She is heading out. Priscilla getting ready to go. Apologize if you can hear any thunder in the background. My super high-tech recording studio / spare bedroom in the basement isn't soundproof, and thunderstorm happening while this race is being watched. Evgenia Shapelova, sorry. Bib 6 heading out. Let's see where she finishes on the day here. As I imagine, once the best get going here, we're not going to get always the screen around. Oh, she finishes in 32nd on the day from Russia. She's young back in that point too, born in 1986. And this is in winter of 07, so she'll be turning 21 at some point in the year. She finishes just over 2 minutes back. She's outdone though by bib 7 here, Karen Moroder from Italy. She's going to take 27th on the day, top 30 for her. Let's see where Nina finishes up. Okay, looks like she has a challenging day. Just reverse podium for her. She takes second last on the day. Natalia Madveva, certainly a name we know, especially for her sprinting ability, and occasionally a name in the media for other reasons. But, let's see how she goes on the day here. Well, top 25 for her. She's going to end up 24th, a minute 43 back. Getting all the gear put away in the bags. Often the teams will do it, or volunteers from the organizing committee. The athletes will put all their gear in a numbered plastic bag, and it'll be taken from the start area, and they'll be waiting for them in the finish. things are fairly contained here in the stadium in Otepää, so it's certainly not a long walk with the bags. Piret Poromeister. Again, I'll apologize for the names. I'm going to get these wrong. Big long stride, some kick double pull there, heading out of the stadium. A sharp curve and heading up the hill. That'll be the sprint hill that we've seen in more recent years. I think we saw the youngest Northug get his one and only World Cup win there in the sprint. Up that climb, we'll see if we get a shot of the next athlete here. The first Swede heading out for the day. Julia Limby, Sweden. Some things don't change. They're still rocking variations of those white suits all these years later. There's the very familiar Adidas stripes down the side of the German suit. Tatiana Manama, there she is. It's a very long career, and I apologize if she hasn't stopped, but she was certainly racing within the last couple of years. Did very well in some of the World Loppet events. Here's a shot of that climb. Oh, a quick shot of that climb. Oh, Barbara, Slovenia. Oh, look at that. She was ready to go. Certainly known for her sprinting ability, and she later on in her career will switch to the Australian national ski team. They're casting those hands down the trail. Look at that. You can certainly see the transition from that sort of very traditional classic style skiing that we see in the 90s and how it evolved into the 2000s and 2010 to 2020 time period. Again, with that more upright, taller skiing position, whether it be skate or classic. I was speaking with Vegard Oldvang once, and he told me he thought the poles had the biggest difference with the change in technique, just with the stiffness that was now possible in the carbon fiber poles. The athletes could afford to stand up tall and put all their force early on the pole, whereas so sort of that co-wound fiberglass pole, if you came down on it straight, you're going to get a big bow and give up a lot of your force. So the poles rarely got planted in front of the feet. So there's Piero heading out, one of the great sprinters for the Finnish team. Serena Bonner skied for many, many years after this race. One of the great Swiss skiers. There's Justina right there. Even on this day, the camera knew to follow her. Stephanie Saunter, the third of the Saunter girls. They're the Saunter family, a mainstay of the Toe Block World Cup. The family hotel or lodge right there at the edge of the stadium. German for sure. Who is it we're seeing there? My apologies, I can't recognize that or who she is by looking. There's Smutna. Katarina Smutna. Let's see, where does she end up on the day? 18th. Minute 30 off the pace. During her career, like Barbara, she'll represent two countries, Austria and the Czech Republic. Early split points at 2.4. And you can see there's some fresh snow on the trails there. Estonia 1 through 4 at this point. I think that's the order actually that they started. We haven't seen another nation come through yet. So the nations group starters for Estonia battling it out early. Kenya, let's see where she is here. She's certainly looking good. She's got 30 seconds to get to that timing point to be the leader at 2.4. Yeah, no problem. Takes the lead. Almost 20 seconds. A little bit of a slip there. Wonder if there'll be no tracks left for sure on that section for the field, although she looks like she got off to the side there, protecting the tracks. I'm going to guess that's Aino-Kaisa. Aino-Kaisa Saarinen, the queen of the Liberec World Championships in 2009. She doesn't know that yet in this race, but certainly one of the greats, now the head of the Lahti Ski Games. Still contributing to the sport after having such a great career. I missed who that was there. My apologies. All right, let's see Matveva here. She's got a little ways to go here. She may challenge her teammate's time for the lead at 2.4. Up and around the curve here and slight uphill into that next timing point, or the first timing point, sorry. Here she comes. Let's say she's going to get just under. Takes the lead over her teammate by just under 3 seconds. She's already caught a teammate there. We got here. There's a young Astrid Jakobsen. Yeah, let's see. I have to look back and see where this race sat on the calendar. January. So she has not yet, but will become, I believe, the world champion in a few weeks' time in the sprint. Antonella Confantola, one of the great Italian skiers. She sneaks in with a 20th place finish on the day, a minute 38 off the lead. There's Petra Majdic, great Slovenian sprinter. Although she could hang in a good classic distance race too. Ella Jamle, she'll become Ella Jamle Berg in a few years. A lawyer now in Oslo. 2 kids. Heading up out of the stadium, and I don't know how that course flowed, if it was like it when I was there a bunch of years later, but they'll head up there, then a big downhill, fast downhill turnaround, and then you come right back up a little bit farther over on that same ridge line, and then you head out onto the rest of the course. So you definitely get warmed up early. There's Marit Bjorgen. Marit Bjorgen's got some impressive stats, as we all know. She had over 303 World Cup starts. Over half of those resulted in a podium finish. In fact, she was on the podium 184 times in those 303 starts. And just over a third of those, 30% of the time, it was a win. 114 total. There's Verpi, the World Cup leader. Looks like Sarina Michol. She's now a World Cup TD. In fact, she would have been TD in the Quebec City World Cups this year in March of 2020, except the event was affected by the COVID-19 pandemic and was ultimately canceled. Serena with not a jury bib on, but a race bib. Racing for the Swiss team. All right, here's Pierrot coming through. She's got a good pace going. I think she's going to take the lead here. Coming through to the first timing point at 2.4. Oh, there we go. Almost 9 seconds clear. Kirsi Valama, Finnish team heading out. Apologies again in case I should recognize who that is. I didn't get to watch World Cups in 2006 and 7. All right, Elena Sidko, the Russian ski team heading out. Bib 33. Where does she finish up here on the day? She's going to be 25th. 1 minute and 46 seconds back. Yeah, I'm going to get this name wrong, so I'm not going to say it. Bib 34, though, from Norway. Headed out. All right, here's the first Swede coming through to the timing point here. I think Lena Anderson. Oh, that's a lie, because there's her teammate in 5th. Let's see where Lena ends up here. I think she's going to be quite close with Pierrot for the lead at this point. Nope, very, very close. She takes the lead still by 0.02 or 0.2 of a second. Early on in this women's 10K Classic. There's Justina. Getting ready. Yulia Chekoleva heading out for the Russian team, bib 36. Oh boy, that is, even back then you could tell that that was Therese Johaug. Look at that tempo. She is hustling. She skis with that same tempo 13 years later, where she's now the most dominant skier on World Cup. There she goes, 6 seconds under to take the lead. Staying in the truck. Nope, she's out too. Yeah, must be some loose snow there. Everybody's switching into herringbone. Either that or the TV doesn't make it look as steep as it is. Burpee's calm and collected, it looks like. She's ready to go. Green Filippo. The French team heading out, bib 38. She's going to come in 19th on the day, 1 minute and 31 seconds back. Catherine Zeller, the German team. Look at that, let me go. Count it down, she's ready. I wonder what year they stopped having starter hold the athlete's shoulder. Trivia question, maybe when this gets posted, somebody can put it under the social media comments section. All right, Astrid Jakobsen here, coming in. Past the spectators, a little curve. Let's see, I'm going to say she's going to take, she's going to be maybe 4th on the way through. Although, sorry, she'll get through probably before Lena Anderson on the split here. It's going to be close. We're seeing the stronger skiers in the field all coming through, so it's going to be pretty tight inside that top 10. Yeah, there she is, 7 seconds back, but right in the mix with Lena and Piero. Mariana Longa. And the Italian legends as well, and greats for that ski team. I think I remember her in particular during the Vancouver games. I'd have to go look up the stats as to why, but that's where it sticks out of my mind in Whistler. There's Marit Bjorgen. Justina Kowalczyk, ready to go. Look at her. If you only knew what was going to happen today, Justina, in about 30 minutes. And she's off. Look at that. Pink boots matching the pink ski toque. I'm going to say it looks like she's got good skis. It's easy for me to say now that that I know she's going to win. So tough to win without good skis. A long glide of hers, and always a low foot carriage on hers. So almost sort of looks like a shuffle. Is that Kristen there? Yeah, I don't think I saw the TV graphics come across. Where's Kristen finish there on the day? And fun, there she is, Kristen Stormastera. She's going to be 23rd on the day, a minute 41 back. Rebecca Skofterud tragically dies in a watercraft accident many years later, but between this race and then, she certainly puts in lots of great efforts in the Norwegian team. Petra, always clowning a little bit before the start, relaxed. Well, she's famous regardless, but she'll become particularly famous during those Whistler Olympics, those Vancouver Olympics in 2010, where she crashes in warm-up and fractures or breaks a couple ribs, and soldiers on to take a bronze in the classic sprint event. There's Aino Kaisa, Aiko, as she's called with a nickname. Love watching Aino Kaisa's classic ski, driving that knee down the trail. Valentina Shevchenko, she's going to have a good day today. I know we're watching this because Justina wins, so I won't give away how Valentina does. Valentina, she got her first start back in 2003 in Beitostølen, in the 10K freestyle. Sorry, I take that back. I think she got her first win. I'm going to go check that now that I've said that out loud. Nope, first start. Sorry, I stand corrected. Her first win comes in actually Kusamo that same year in the 10K Classic. Sorry, and the following year, November 28th. So the early opening weekend, if it still was at that point. There's Petra. Skied like that all the way through to the end of her career. Kaisa ready to go. Aino Kaisa, this was one, so I believe she retired. I know I'm trying to think of who she was battling with, but she retired with 354 World Cup starts. I believe that stands as the most all-time. I think she was battling with a German skier for that, and I can't remember, but somebody can solve that as well on social media. So I'll put that out there to if anybody actually watches and listens to this commentary all the way through. Once it's posted, I can't remember who Aino Kaisa was going back and forth with for that record. Steffi Bowler, maybe. Actually, that's what I'm going with. And the yellow bib heading out. 50th on the day. #1 in many people's hearts, certainly Finnish fans. The World Cup leader. Skiing through some athletes that are heading out on their second and third laps. Nice shot of the crowd lining the trails there. All right, so here's the standings with some of the field through. 2.4, Johaug in the lead, 6 seconds ahead of Lena Andersson and Pirjo Manninen. 15 seconds separating the top 12 at that point. Amazing you can actually have that spread already. Yamler there back in 18th, 22 seconds back. The year before she was, let's see, she was Marit Bjorgen's teammate in the team sprint in the Torino game. Let's see if I can find some stats on Ella here. Hardy fans right there. No problem. A little bit of snow. We'll stay and watch. Checking the start list there. Cheering for whoever comes through. For sure cheering the hardest for the Estonians, it looks like. Got a bell with her. There's a little one. We know who she's cheering for. The Finnish team. Ella's got a World Cup victory. Where did she get her World Cup win? Looks like it was in Oberstdorf back in 06. And a bunch of team event wins as well. Checking the start list as well. Should probably all do on our phones now. That looks like Claudia Kunzel's technique. Yep, Claudia Kunzel-Nystad. She married Trond Nystad, who was a longtime head coach of the Norwegian team. Worked with the German team, worked with the American team, Austrian team. Long coaching career for him. Right in the mix with everybody there. So a competitive start for her. Long-time atomic athlete, right through to the end of her career. And there is Justina. You can tell the technique, but also that pink hat gives her away today. Let's see, since I haven't seen the split times on the results here, let's see if she takes them all, if she's the leader all the way through. I'm sure Polish fans are well aware of her general athletic prowess, but I believe that Justina was a 56-second 400-meter runner. That is fast. I would be surprised if there are many, if any, for other cross-country female skiers, even some males possibly, that could run 56 seconds in the 400. So she's got quite the range. Threat in the 30K, and obviously on the track she could throw down a time, and I'm sure she was quite competitive at the national level in track and athletics in Poland. I talked right through that, and I forgot to double check what her split was, but it looked like she was going to be well in the lead. The clappers going there, the little white hands. Cheering everyone on. Looks like the weather's picking up a little bit. At Veva, one of the early leaders. The tempo slowed down a little bit here. I don't know the course well enough with this camera shot to know if you're getting a little info from the coaching zone. Don't know if she's come off the top of or heading up that big climb around the ski jump. Challenging conditions out there with all the new snow falling. Veva back in 9th there. Johaug continues to lead. And there's Marit Bjorgen, the telltale dark hair coming out the side of the hat, and double pull, and then that charging style she had as well. Back and forth. Trailing Kowalczyk by 12 seconds. They'll have a lot of great battles over the years. She's gonna miss the podium today by 4.4 seconds. Sorry to kill that one in case she didn't know. Valentina back in 5th. She's going to build throughout the race. She's going to get better and better as she goes here. Cell phone there, a little smaller than the ones we see people talking on today. Volunteers are easy to spot in those long yellow jackets. Making sure the course stays clear and everybody behaves themselves so the athletes can perform their best. There's Aino Kaisa. She's going to take 6th on the day. Missed the podium by just over 30 seconds. She's got some glide though. Real nice kick around that corner. Track change. I'm sure there's lots of changing back and forth today, trying to figure out which one's been skied in the most. Slip there. Shortens it all back up and then lengthens it back out as she crests the climb. Perfect. Eagerly awaiting the next skier to come along. That's the yellow bib there, so that's going to be Verpi. Let's see where she shakes out here. She's a podium finisher today, so let's see if she starts hot and slows a bit, or if Justina's ahead the whole way. Oh, we missed that one. Verpi, 1.3 back. Okay, so they're tight. That's going to be a good battle from start to finish between those two, and she's got the benefit of the splits. She's gonna be getting updates on where Justina is on course. And this was back when the best still went out last. The top seed was the last starter. That'll change about 10 years later when there's concerns about the athletes going at the end where the course was breaking down too much, and so they end up moving that top seed of 15 into the middle of the race. They'll start usually around bib 50, and they'll go every other start, so there's a minute gap between the best, and the athletes will... The coach, the representatives at the team captains meeting, although the athlete could do it if they wish, but usually represented by the team manager or coach, they'll select where in that those 30 spots between 30th and 60th, again going every other bib, the athlete wants to start. So if they want to get out early, or if they want to go at the end to see where everybody is time-wise. It's been kind of a fun game that's been added to the sport. Certainly if they think the snow is going to break down or the tracks are going to be soft, you can see some gamesmanship that way. You'll see some teams that are very strong send an athlete out around 30, knowing that they would lap through in time for their next athlete or one of their following athletes to catch a ride, and they could ski together. So it was kind of fun to see how that strategy paid out. Here comes Lena, 3.3 mark for Sweden. All right, 35 seconds down to Justina, but hanging on there for a top 10 still. Yeah, I wonder how... I think there's a better shot of how steep that hill is. A little bump up and through. Straight and over the top. There's Johag. It looks like, is that Kristen in there with her? Speaking of teammates skiing together. So it looks like it's actually Kristen catching a bit of a, just looking off the results sheet here. Kristen's catching and hanging on as best she can with Therese, as Therese is going to finish ahead of her at the end of the day. Looks like she's going to best her by about, let's see, about 45 seconds. So they may only hang together here for a little while. Or Therese went out for a big one. Oh, a photographer out on course. Or that was maybe a spectator. That wouldn't be allowed today. That was always a interesting part. The years that I worked on World Cup, I started in November of 2012 and stopped in March of 2018. Okay, sorry, I'll stop talking about myself. In the finish, Green Moroder of Italy takes the lead by 16 seconds. But, yeah, already by 2012 we had a very professional marketing system around the course, and we had our earpiece to the TV broadcast truck, and we would be informed of people that were blocking banners or spectators or coaches or volunteers that were moving on course, even coaches getting the no-no, moving in front between an athlete and the camera so that we were seeing the coach or the spectator and not the athlete shot. Alright, here comes Matt Veva towards the finish. That's right, they've got the big curve. Big 180. Oh no, am I lying? No, or do they come around from down the other side? Oh, that's right, they come down from the other stadium. Farther down. Alright, Matt Veva into the lead by 4.5 seconds. Russia sitting 1-3 at this point. There we go. Looks like they're cheering for everybody that's going by. Having fun as well. Dancing a little bit, trying to stay warm. That was Corinne of France. Some Swedes made the trip. Checking the sheet, checking to see when their athlete's coming. Who we got here? Oh, Czech skier. Kamila Rajlova? Sorry, I don't know how to pronounce that one properly. Let's see where she's going to sit here in the split at 7.5. I'm going to guess she's going to hover back around 5th place, maybe? Oh, my apologies. 4th place. Good start for her. 7 seconds back off Johaug. Known throughout her career, and her career that still continues to race, always a fast starter. Harder to spot everyone, but I can still see the German suit there, and then I guess that's TV graphics are helping me there. Puro, Finnish team. That Evie Sackenbacher that she's in behind there, 37. Let's see who that is. No, Viola Bauer, sorry about that, Viola. All right, Puro going for it. Ooh. Well, that would be an obstruction charge. Guaranteed yellow card there. Oh, look at that long stride. Really stretching that beautiful finish technique. A little lane change, a little extra skate push there. That would be a turning zone these days, so no tracks at all. Puro making her way to the finish. Viola going around for another lap. She's going to be an early leader here. A big lead, actually. She's going to settle for 10th on the day. A minute and 1 second off the lead. Lena Anderson on her way to the finish here. Sorry, did I say Pira was 10th? She's going to be 11th. No. Yep, sorry, she's 11th on the day. 1 minute 4 seconds back. Apologize if you can hear that background noise. It is raining so hard here at the house that it's coming straight down the downspout off the side of the house. Looks like Smitner there ahead of her. So Lena's going to see if she cuts her for a 30-second marker. If that's the case, yeah, that's right. Lena's going to get her by just, she's going to just catch her here at the finish. Looks like she's going to put on a big move here at some point. Oh yeah, look at her carrier speed. She's going to hit the inside on this corner. Katarina's not going to settle. She's going to come out beside her. Hopefully the forerunners are still out there, keeping all these finish lanes even. Big long pushes from Lena. There you go. 9th place finish she'll have on the day. 59.6 seconds back off Justina. Joab still got that tempo. It looks like she's rolling the windows up. She's really... Oh, look at that. Kristen stayed with her. So Kristen must have got out to a slow start and she was able to match. No, I take that back. She's now got to go out on her own. Look how loose that bib is on her. Must be Stephanie Santer maybe from Italy coming in just ahead of Therese. Look at that tempo. Yeah, Therese worked hard on her technique over the years. She's always a great strider, but I know for a number of years there she worked on her double pole, and that just made her deadly in the classic technique. Here goes Therese, 8th place on the day, 56 seconds. She would be not even 20 years old with that result. So that is a very young Teresa Johaug, born in 1988. This race taking place in January of 2007. She announced her presence on the World Cup scene while still a teenager. Sarah Lindborg, Germany, 12th place on the day. Just about 5 seconds back off her teammate Lena. She's 1 minute and 4 seconds back off Kowalczyk's winning time. There's Justina. Always with the shoulders out over the skis there. Driving down, you can see that weight shift. The whole body comes over onto that ski. Alright, Justina, let's see. Well, she's got 1 minute to hit the timing point to be in the lead, and we know that she beats Therese by 56 seconds. Therese currently in the lead at the moment at 7.5. Let's see, 53. So she's going to get 3 more on her over the next 2.5. Yeah, again, that old traditional looking classic technique, always leaned over. Casting that pole down the trail, throwing a cup of water, as I've heard some people say. Longo holding through for Italy in second. She's going to go on to... I won't give it away. We'll wait till the finish line. Mariana will be the temporary leader when she crosses the line, but having started just one bib in front of Justina, it will be short-lived. So I wonder, I'm assuming there's a leader's chair there somewhere. Tough day to sit in a leader's chair. Hope they have lots of blankets. Justina charging up a very steep hill. Hands out front. Now starting to lengthen it out. You can see that kick going back. Hands are heading back farther past the hips. I unfortunately can't read what that banner says, but I'm sure they're cheering for somebody. I'm just going to take a random guess that it's somebody from Estonia. There's Marit. Camera's playing catch up a bit. Oh, she's caught Rebecca. Rebecca's given a good fight to go with her, although you'd think she'd maybe switch over. We'll see if she does here to get the freshly skied track sitting on Marit's heels. So let's see. Marit and Justina at the finish are 19.9 seconds apart. Let's see where they are here at the timing point. Okay, so Marit has a very fast final 2.5K. Pulling back 24 seconds if I'm reading that timing point correctly. Is Valentina? Oh yeah, Valentina. Let's see. This is a good one. She's on the podium today. Oh boy, she's slipping but not giving up. Keeping those hands driving. Keeping them out front. Amazing how everybody looks down so much. I think we see more of their faces looking forward these days. Head down and driving. The music is spreading to 2 of them now, maybe 3 of them. They're ready. I'm drawing a blank on the major party spot in Otepää on this weekend. Dance club there. It's got a cool name. It's an obvious name, but I can't think of it. Someone will have to add that one too, if they want to provide that information on a social media post. I will admit I have been there and it is fun. I know Kaisa. Looks like Petra Majdic is hanging on there. I know Kaisa's caught her for 30 seconds. Ah! Ivan in their orange coach jacket there. I don't know at what point they end up together, but they end up husband and wife. With a little one. At least they're together. I don't know if they're actually married. I assume so. He goes on to coach the Swiss team. Ivan, I guess I should probably say it. And here's Verpi. Let's see where she splits here. She's on the podium today as well. Nice light herringbone up through, keeping it short. So when she slips, she's not caught too far between her feet. She's able to catch herself easily. Little short shuffle here until she gets going, then she's going to stretch it out. Christina Schmiegen, who everybody will be cheering for on this day. Home course here in Estonia. She's going to end up, let's see where she finishes the day. Oh, back in 21st, actually. Minute 40 back. Shuffling as well. Yeah, it must be steeper than it looks. And then you can see them start to lengthen it back out. More relaxed arm swing. All right, there you go. So your top 5 is at 7.5 is your top 5 at the finish line. At the space in between each changes a little bit. Look at that. Look how far she pulls through. Thighs almost to, or chest almost to thighs on that double pull motion. She's got to know she's in the lead here. Next timing point will be the finish. We will watch Justyna Kowalczyk win her first ever World Cup. She'll go on to win 50. First of 50. She'll also record 104 World Cup podiums out of 319 career World Cup starts. Crowd is bringing her home, packed in there. Awesome to see. Kick double pull right into the finish. I think that's Claudia Kunzel back there behind her, or I guess that could be Viola Bauer since I've gotten that wrong once already. And they rise to get their back up into the stadium. Curve into the home stretch. Someone will be able to correct me. I can't remember if that's a biathlon range that's farther down. I think it may be. And ski through both stadiums. Finishing in the cross country side. Alright, Justyna Kowalczyk. You've done it. The first of 50. Already an Olympic bronze medalist in the Torino Games. Actually in the 30K mass start free technique. Here's Marit. Oh, looks like Rebecca wasn't quite able to match the pace. We know Marit has a fast finish. She gets a lot of time back. She was 33 with 2.5 to go off of Justyna, and she ends up just under 20 seconds back. All right, Valentina, what can you do here? Third place, 2.5 to go. Valentina, my apologies. So her first World Cup start actually was back in Novo Mesto in 1995. She was at the World Championships back in Thunder Bay in Canada in 1995 as well. First Olympics were in Nagano, 98. During her career, she went on to have 5 actual World Cup victories. She won Holmenkollen 2008, that one in Canmore. Val de Fiemme, looks like maybe time of day. Final climb of Alpe Chemise, Davos. Crossing, there's Marit in the finish, 4th place. For her, she'll be, there's Kristen, and here comes Valentina, so she's going to bump Marit out a second. Here she goes. Yeah, 14 seconds back. That's, yeah. She's going to take 3rd on the day. 18 total World Cup podiums for her out of 276 World Cup starts. There's Verpi. She's going to add to her overall World Cup lead today. She's going to get some very important World Cup points. Well, she did have quite a lead anyways coming into today. Verpi, she had 52 World Cup podiums during her career. This is one of them. 27 of her 173 World Cup starts were actually wins. She can take 2nd on the day. Just 7 Just over 7 seconds back off Justina. Oh, a little uphill rise here. And then dropping off to the left and then down the home stretch. I'd say Justina's feeling all right now. She's got 9 seconds. She's not. It's a long home stretch. So, big first victory for Justina Kowalczyk. She'll go on to be a 2-time Olympic gold medalist in classic technique, or any technique, but they both happen to come in classic. Justina's gonna win the. There it is. First win for her. Big smile. Yeah, there she is. Oh, she's got it now. So yeah, she's gonna win the 30K Classic start the Vancouver Games. And she'll follow up, and I believe she's going to follow up with a 10K Classic victory in Sochi, and that was coming off, what was the story there? She's skiing with a broken bone in her foot, persevered through that to get the win. Alright, Christine Schmiegen. So we know that Verpy started last, bib 50, so she's caught her for her 30 seconds, so not one of Christina's better days, but no doubt she's still getting cheered in by the home crowd. Yeah, the minor partial little kick there with the double pull. All right, race is done. It's official. Justina Kowalczyk, first-time World Cup winner of Poland. And she would be, and I don't actually know when her birthday is, but she's born in 1983. So she'd just be in her early 20s there. Oh, it's the hurry up time. Let's see, she's doing an autograph. Yeah. So now while the cameras fill in time, the commentators will traditionally do probably a rundown of the events. We'll get a slow-mo. Oh, we're going to do a slow-mo of the winner first. There she is on her way into the finish for first ever World Cup victory, and as I said earlier, her first of 50 World Cup wins. Justina Kowalczyk of Poland. 23 years of age, unless she's born before the 27th of January, and then she's already 24th, because this race took place January 27th, 2007. Look at that effort. Looking for the clock. No big screens, I guess, back then. Must have been a mini monitor screen or something in the finish there, taking a look. And there you are, final results. Top 6, Aino Kaisa, Saarinen of Finland in 6th place, Mariana Longa in 5th, Bjorgen in 4th, Shevchenko in 6th, Verpy in 3rd, Verpy Kutinen in 2nd, and Justina in 1st. There's your top 12, top 10 rounding out, or top 10 minute 1 second apart. Lots of familiar names on there. Some that'll make even bigger names for themselves in the coming years. Some that are towards the end of their career, and some that are just getting started. Kristen Stormer-Stara, she'll go on to marry one of Canada's best cross-country skiers of all time, Devon Kershaw, and reside in Oslo. The top 30, Katrin Zeller. So roughly a minute per. No, that's a lie on my part. So 53 seconds separated the next 20 after a minute gap from the top through the top 10. Britta Nordgren. That's a name we'll hear for years to come, particularly as someone leading a leading female double poling these super long loppets, the Vasa loppet and Birkebeiner and all those. Marcia Longa, no need for grip wax for these guys in the years ahead. Kjell Erik Christensen, all right. doing the winner's interview here. I'm assuming he's plugged into TV, and I'm going to guess that he's on the loudspeaker as well. Let's see, should I pretend on what he's asking?
This is probably your best ski stadium.
Yes, no, I can't even lip read. I can't even lip read, but I'm quite certain she's saying she's very happy, and he said congratulations, and she said thanks very much. Stadium's starting to thin out a bit, so do the rundown. Oh, there's the World Cup overall. So Verpi extended her lead over Marit. Verpi took 80 points, and Marit would have got 50. Oh, the great Katarina Neumanova. We didn't see her on the start list from the Czech Republic. Christina would have gained some valuable points there. She would have got 100, so that moved her up the list quite a bit. Mariana would have got some good points there with her 5th place finish. Wow, it's fun to see all these names. So they're doing this. Well, the top 3 there's always, this was my job in the finish. We would be rushing the athletes to get changed into dry clothes, and then get their bibs back on. Looks like Justina didn't have a headgear sponsor back then, or a sunglass partner. So she's getting all ready. And yeah, it looks like you can even see the numbers back when they used to do ski marking. Oh, maybe we're doing top 5 because I know Kaisa's hanging out there. Was Aino Kaisa 6th? Oh, maybe we're awarding top 6th back then. But yeah, I'd be scrambling to get everybody changed and ready, knowing that lots of the live TV stations may not be able to stay live for too long. So getting the athletes fueled and changed, and then trying to hustle them so they can get them ready. Yeah, look at it. There it is. Oh yeah, no water belt allowed. Let's see, is she going to take it off? Oh, Aino Kaisa. Trying to sneak one in there. Yeah, you can see the ski markings. So now the ski brands have the latest model that they want up on the podium. Same with the pole companies. So they're waiting there in the finish to swap skis. And the race pair will be handed off to the athletes team, and they'll be handed a fresh pair of skis stuck together and poles. Alright, probably waiting for the announcement from the, let's see if we can actually hear it here. There we go. We'll let the venue announcer do it here. I imagine a fair bit of this will now occur in Estonian. So the flower ceremony announcing the dignitaries that will be handing the flowers, and possibly let's see what they bring out, if they have a local local award for the podium finishers. I can guarantee you if it was today, they would all be in puffy jackets, big parkas up on that podium, staying warm in weather like that, although this guy apparently doesn't find it too cold. Apologize, I don't know who he is. Flower to the winner first. Go. Let's see, what are they getting? Oh, they got a medallion, a medal of some kind. Looks like the milk a cow. Oh, there's a cowbell right on. Alright, cool. Sponsors get their cow in there, and looks like a cowbell for the winners, or for the podium, plus the flowers. She had that smile throughout her career, always happy with a win for sure. There you go. Top 3 in the women's 10K Classic in Otepää, Estonia, in January 27th, 2007. Kowalczyk of Poland's very first World Cup victory.